Listen, now Gabi Ochridakun is supposed to be the cousin of the president in power. Gabi Ochridakun is seen by many people around the country as the prime minister of the country called Ghana. Many people believe that the country is running heavily on his shoulders. It might not be his shoulders alone, but many are those who think that the country is hinging a lot on his shoulders. That is why some people call him the prime minister of the Republic of Ghana. Many people believe that Nana Akufo-Addo, the president of the Republic of Ghana, is running a family affair government. And therefore, he has brought in his brothers and sisters and uncles and great-grandfathers and all those, including ghosts, into the government of this country. As to whether you believe that or not, that is not a subject for discussion. What we are discussing right now is very simple. Gabi Ochridakun is supposed to be a lawyer. And the lawyer that he is not representing his uncle at the courts, which is okay. Maybe there are too many other good lawyers. He certainly represented his uncle and the nation Ghana during the Ejapa royalties deal. And he pocketed over $1 million American dollars, we are told. My brother, my sister, he pocketed that money for his services as a lawyer. Many people thought that it was exorbitant. Many others too thought that, oh, it's all right. Whatever you think, well, that will be a discussion for another day. Now, Gabi Ochridakun has just come out to say that lawyer Chachuchi Kata should know and accept that he's been ousted in the court. Okay. My brother, my sister, many don't see this to be an issue. But when you live in a country where the truth is relegated to the background and smartness is what is used, you don't call it smartness anymore. You know how you call it? You know how you call it? My brother, my sister, if you are smart a bad way, it is no more known as smartness. My brother, my sister, it's known as something else. And I will get into that pretty soon. Now, Gabi Ochridakun is telling the whole world that Chikata has been outsmarted. And he should accept it, that he's been outsmarted by the fact that the EC boss is not being allowed to go into the box to testify. My brother, my sister, if you are smart in a bad way, they don't call you smart anymore. They call you sly. A thief can outsmart you. You don't call that a smart thief. You call that a sly thief. If you are smart in the sense, you can tell all the lies to other young girls and sleep with them off your way. It does not make you smart. It makes you sly. SLY. Gabi Ochridakun says Chachuchi Kata are smarted in court. They've been able to stop the EC boss from testifying. And for that matter, if that is supposed to be the only ace that he took to court, then he should call it quits. He's been outsmarted. As a citizen of this country, I feel really terrible to hear the pseudo prime minister of this country, my brother, my sister, speak like that. You've been outsmarted. So it's a game of smartness, right? Right now, it's not about the truth. It's not about the mandate of the people. It's about smartness. I'm not in court to speak the truth. I am not in court to uphold the truth. I am in court to dribble around the truth and come out victorious as a sly person. I don't know how many people are worried about this. I don't know how many people think this is an issue. Whatever it is, your uncle, the president, put you in a position where you took $1 million American dollars as a consultant for the vampirous Ejapa deal. The Ejapa deal that every well-meaning person around the world, including white people, are decrying. It is only you and your uncle and the other one who just flew out of the country on the wings of COVID-19, my brother, my sister, who believe that this is a good deal for the country. God is watching all of you, one after the other. Every politician who thinks he's sly, every politician who is playing the game of smartness in the sense of being sly, my brother, my sister, posterity is a very dangerous beast. He will bounce back at you and eat you like the demon that you are. My brother, my sister, Gabi Ochrida cook money. When it was time to eat big, his uncle saw that he was the best person to represent Ejapa. But now that it's time to blow each other in the courtroom, where sense, where people are supposed to be knowledgeable, his cousin or his nephew is not fit for the Supreme Court. It is some other people. But where the money is supposed to be blown, hey, family and friends, where's Gabi? Come, be there. But my brother, my sister, where people are supposed to be throwing hefty punches in court, pam, pam, and show, my brother, my sister, a game of wits. Now, over there, Darby. My brother, my sister, it saddens my heart to think that, or to look at reality in the face and say, oh, so this thing in court is all about smartness. It's all about your slyness. It's all about how slimy you can be and slip through all the hinges of your cell room. My brother, my sister, then we are in trouble. We are in a very deep trouble. If all there is in court is to be sly, outwit the people in whatever way, be it the truth or the lie, most of the time the lie, just tell the lie and set yourself free. We are in trouble. That is why a lot of people are going to be running helter-skelter in this country, and they will remain like that till the end of the world, because they will never speak the truth. A country that does not speak the truth does not ever prosper. Everybody comes to see you as the custodian of lies. In fact, your right-hand man is Satan. Better still, Satan's right-hand man is you. Nobody wants to deal with a liar. Nobody wants to deal with a sly person. In that sense, my brother, my sister, it tells you what kind of government we have. A government that is so sly. A government that can lampoon you into the calcon of falsehood. A government that is nothing but a bird that flies on the wings of lies and propaganda. To God the glory. I wish I could spend another 30 minutes on this, because there's so much to talk about. When your pseudo prime minister boasts in the fact that he has been sly, then there is cause for alarm. It means that we are building a nation on the foundation of slyness, foundation of sliminess, foundation of lies, foundation of falsehood, foundation of treachery, foundation, my God, of hypocrisy. Because the people who voted for you did not bargain for lies and slyness and sliminess and hypocrisy and betrayal and treachery and trickery. Lord God have mercy. I leave it here and I deal with this another day. But for now, let it slide and let me deal with the next thing. Now your finance minister has been flown out of the country to go and seek a review, medical review outside this country. It makes me laugh. And when I laugh, it hurts my belly. You see the kind of laughter that you give out, and after that laughter, you start crying. This is the kind of laughter I'm having right now. Mr. President, his cousin is the finance minister, Ofori. They are related in one way or the other, family-wise, and everybody knows that. So let me build it on that. Mr. President swore to the whole Ghana that he was going to build 800 hospitals within 1 year. When COVID-19 started, and many of the people were talking, oh, this president has never built any hospital. Oh, this president is not a hospital president. He's a cathedral president. Then he came out with that hefty hypocrisy of a lie that he was going to build 800 hospitals in 1 year. And when many people asked him if he had a magic wand that probably he took for Reverend Owusu Bempa, he would wave that wand and 800 hospitals will be built, created from nowhere. Because 800 hospitals in 1 year, it looked like a thunderbolt from out of nowhere. My brother, my sister, Mr. President came to tell us, those of you who are doubting Thomas's, wait and see what is going to happen. The 800 hospitals will be built. I promise you that. My brother, my sister, up till now, long past the so-called 1 year, 800 hospitals have not been built. Only for his health minister to testify. I call that a testimony. Right, or better still, a confession. To confess at the vetting that they couldn't find land from 13 districts to build 800 hospitals. When Mr. President promised that he was going to build the hospitals, probably he took a certain kind of encouragement, a certain kind of mentorship from Nebuchadnezzar, who built the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Maybe Mr. President wanted to build the 800 hospitals hanging in the air, taking a lot of mentorship. My God, a lot of energy and a lot of power and a lot of admiration for the great Nebuchadnezzar. My brother, my sister, we all were told that King Nebuchadnezzar built the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, right? So if Mr. President, knowing very well that he had no land to build the 800 hospitals on, still told us that he would surprise us with this promise and make sure all 800 hospitals were built, then Mr. President wanted to build a hospital in the air. Today, thankfully, see all the 800 hospitals in the air. That is why Ofori is flying out there to enter into those hospitals built in the air. God be the glory. My brother and sister, when you get goat meat and you are chewing nyafo, and you think it's fala, when you start to go to toilet and excrete goat skin, then you will realize that there's nothing free in life. My brother, my sister, the 800 hospitals, how many have been built and how many haven't been built? The 800 hospitals, have they all of a sudden turned into a cathedral? Today, Ken Ofori, the finance minister, is sick. They said he just recovered from COVID-19. And the doctors in the country, according to the official communique they brought out, the doctors have advised that he is a review which no doctor in Ghana can provide. They don't have the facilities for that. Or better still, maybe they don't have the intelligence, the know-how for that. It's either of the two or both. Either they have the intelligence, they don't have the know-how to deal with the sickness. They say COVID-19 aftermath. My brother, my sister. Or they don't have the facilities. Now the finance minister has flown out of the country. And we have been told that he has arrived. Delta flight. It flew all the way first class. And imagine somebody recovering from COVID-19. My brother, my sister, will Delta flight take such a person amidst other people? It probably was a chartered flight. Or maybe the whole of the business class was empty. Wherever it was, we have not been told. I'm not sure they will tell us that. My brother, my sister, remember the tax money is at stake. When you vote all men and all women in power, be ready to pay for their health needs. Because all other things remaining equal, all people fall ill quicker than the youth. True or false? Is it an insult? No. It's the truth. Ken Ofori today has flown to the United States. Let me rewind your minds back to something important. You remember on the 31st of December, Reverend Owusu Bempah made it clear in his church, 31st 9 prophecies, that Ken Ofori died this year, right? Do you all remember? Do you all remember? One or two other prophets in the country mentioned that Ken Ofori will breathe his last this year. My brother, my sister, could it be one of the recommendations that if you don't really want to die, leave the country? Could it be? Because these are people who believe in prophecies. Reverend Owusu Bempah, official, or better still, the underground prophet of the president in power. And this is no secret. The president has said on a number of platforms, in fact, giving credence and thanking the prophet, Reverend Owusu Bempah. We have also been told that the chair that he was sitting on during the election campaign was actually given to him by Reverend Owusu Bempah. He also gave him a long horn for anointing. And Reverend Owusu Bempah himself said that God had told him to make sure that Nana Addo becomes president. And that was his duty. So I am not making things up. Today, the finance minister is in America. All you doctors in Ghana, how do you feel? The sons and daughters of fishermen and farmers, will they also fly first class or Delta flight and go for treatment if they have after COVID-19 complications? My brother, my sister, you see, democracy is not about protecting the powerful. It is about making things accessible to everybody. But in our country, democracy is about protecting the powerful. There are those who can fly first class, and all the fees will be paid for by the country. All that they drink on their journey will be paid for by the country. The beds they sleep on will be paid for by the country. These are the people you voted into power. 62-year-old Ken Ofori. If he was in civil service, he would have been retired 2 years ago. But no, this is when the energy is there to do more. After all, you voted for more, for Nana to do more. So he's doing more. Wish Ken Ofori all the best. We don't wish any human being bad. It hurts me that my father, who is in the village, cannot fly and go if he had complications. Maybe your father too cannot fly. And those of you in the Zongo, maybe all of you would have to go to the mosque and contribute toto, CD, toto, CD, for you to be able to put in a trotro one of your sick relatives to go all the way to any of these countries around for treatment. Better still, why don't you make it a saving for all of us? The money you are using to build a cathedral could not have provided whatever logistics needed to take care of Ofori. Or that to be too small. But there's no sense. Common sense. They have no sense. That is why, excuse my language, when some of these people die, in fact, I don't grieve too much. When some of these people die, I don't grieve too much. You know why? They had the opportunity to make it a better place for themselves and for us. But because of greed, they will sit on the time bomb and be hearing the the time ticking away. And instead of hearing danger, they rather hear music. Who does not understand? I am saying they have the chance to make it a better place for themselves and for us. But no, they decided to sit on a time bomb. And whilst the time was ticking away, instead of hearing danger, they rather heard music. So they are rather dancing to the until it explodes. When a man commits suicide, all religions in the world say don't have mercy for such a person. Islam says that when a man commits suicide, he's no more a Muslim. Don't bury that person. Christians also believe that suicide is a deep sin. I have not seen a single church that has buried a man who has committed suicide yet. How many pastors will go and pray for the life of such a person? Today, we are seeing it live. Live. You have opportunity to make it a better place. You are building a cathedral. You lied to us that you have built 800 hospitals. Maybe it's not a lie because you wanted to build it in the skies. Today we look in the skies, and to go to those hospitals, we have to fly in planes to go there. Hallelujah. Those countries were wiser. You know what the white people are going to say in America when Ken arrives? The doctors are going to say, these people are idiots. These guys are fools. We had the president there is building a cathedral. And he's building a cathedral and that cathedral, and they cannot even give basic health needs to the people. You know how Americans speak? Foolish people all over the place. They say we insult all people. We insult people in power. Common sense. Common sense. You want to build a cathedral. Now your nephew, or is it your cousin or what, is flying there. God forbid. I don't pray that. If he dies today, you see all of them wearing kente. Hey, Minubeko. Oh, Minubeko. Oh, what a shock. Oh, what stupid shock. You could have saved his life if you were not building that cathedral. You could have saved his life if you did not politic with all these logistics that you had. Let me not go too much into it. Sometimes we get too emotional about this. But it's common sense. It's common sense. Can you fly your father to America for treatment? Why do you have to always run for a source that is several miles away from you when you can create a source right at your doorstep? Some of these things are too deep for some people to understand. I leave it here. I tackle the next thing. Napo. Dr. Matthew Opoku. I thought he was a PhD holder, but I just came to understand that he's actually a medical doctor. So a medical doctor has become a politician. A medical doctor has become an education minister. Hallelujah. It's interesting. I don't know what people think. But you see how much we need doctors in this country. We import doctors every now and then. We have volunteers who come from so many parts of the world to help with our medical services. So when you have the people that we so much need, and they leave their posts and go and do things that we already have too many people inundating those areas, it's a problem. How many people don't understand? How many people think I'm speaking foolishness? I'll break it down. We need so many doctors in this country. We have never, my brother, my sister, had enough doctors. But we have had too many politicians. There are too many. In fact, if we could even sell some of them and make Ghana a better place, we'll sell them out quickly. Some of them are so nasty. We want to sell them out. But doctors, no. We need them today. We'll need them tomorrow. Even yesterday, we needed them. And we'll need them again and again and again. No wonder nurses are running out. Doctors are so disrespected, they want to run out. Now doctors are doing politics, a place that is already inundated with chaff. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to discuss. Matthew Opoku, Dr. Matthew Opoku, has been so venomous with his tongue. A man that I had so much respect for until he disrespected Kwame Nkrumah and disrespected some of our legacies, and I had to shift back and look at him again. Dr. Martin Opoku was at the vetting, and when he was questioned by Alassane Souyini as to what he said months back during the placement of SSS students, that Mahama bussed people, he put people in a bus and brought them all the way to the Independence Square, where in the hot sun, no water, nothing, students all over were supposed to come there and get placements, and some were collapsing. Dr. Martin Opoku, a medical doctor who should know better, said that Mahama brought people in a bus to play the cantata. In other words, to fake that they were collapsing, to give them a bad media hype. Asked to be able to come out with evidence, Martin Opoku apologized to Mahama and said what he said was a lie. Meanwhile, this was in a press conference. It's a document. It circulated around the world that Martin Opoku said Mahama brought people in a bus to come there and pretend to collapse, to play the cantata, when they knew that they brought innocent school children to come in the hot tropical sun and be dehydrated. A medical doctor like that, who should have known better, rather played the ostrich and gave the blame onto somebody else. You see the people you vote into power? You see? It is too difficult to be a doctor. It is so easy, the easy way out, to be a politician. Because all you need is a bag of lies. You don't need a stethoscope. You don't need a syringe. You don't need sense. You don't need common sense in country to be a politician. You just need lies and foolish talk, and everything is okay for you. Today, Martin Opoku is apologizing to Mahama and saying that he lied about that. Why did you not organize another press conference to apologize to the former president and say that you lied and ask for forgiveness? No, arrogance. They would only apologize when their post and position is at stake. I have no respect for people like that. Not at all. I don't fear them today. I will not fear them tomorrow. I have never feared them, even past. Because people who are criminal-minded and are ready to bring the ordinary Ghanaian to doom. People like that, Dabi, you will never get my respect. I stand for the people who are in the ghetto. I stand for the well-meaning Ghanaian who is ready to continue with the good works of their ancestors, not charlatans who are only out there to tell a bag of lies. And they frighten you with their coat and tie as if they have any content. Foolish people left, right, and center. Can't you see? Why should you be scared of them? They only threaten you with jail sentences and all that. And a few macho men and so on and so forth. So what? Can you think about it? You told a whole lie, big fat lie, on a former president. You had no common sense to apologize till you were the vetting. And when you were pushed, now you said you have apologized. To God be the glory. Let me leave it. I have so many things to discuss today, so I'll leave it there. The son Napo. Matthew Opoku, I beg your pardon. Who said that Nana Addo has done better than Kwame Nkrumah, education-wise, has not apologized for that. When Nkrumah took money from his own pocket and built the Ghana secondary school, he built it in Cape Coast. His own pocket money. At the time the colonialists were breathing hellstone and fire in this country, and students were sacked, all because they went to join in a demonstration to free us as a people. Nkrumah took money from his own pocket and built a school. Show me one school Nana Addo has built, one classroom that he has built from his pocket to say that, okay, orphans attend. Show one school, you say Nana Addo has done better than Kwame Nkrumah. You see the things that annoy me and make me so angry? Nkrumah said, there are things, and these things we have to watch, or else Ghana will go back into slavery. What are those things? Revisionism is one. Fragmentalism is another thing. What is revisionism? Revising the truth and replacing it with a lie, like what Matthew Opoku is doing. Matthew Opoku. My brother, my sister. But today I understood why. Matthew Opoku said, Nana Addo has done better than Kwame Nkrumah in terms of education. You know why? There's a guy called Onassis. Onassis, who's supposed to provide almost 1 million mathematical sets. You know these mathematical sets? Provide them to JSS students for the 2020 examination. JSS students, free education. Okay, they were all waiting. Mathematical sets, they were waiting. Oh, the government is bringing you mathematical sets. Onassis, my brother, almost 70 million. And you can find that on My Joy Online. It is there. And it is on so many other credible websites. Matthew Opoku had to wait till the vetting to tell the whole world that the contract that his ministry, my brother, my sister, supervised by him, gave out to Onassis to provide about 1 million mathematical sets to innocent students waiting to write their exam, was never provided. Onassis took the money, pocketed it, and each one was supposed to cost 75 Ghana cedis, each mathematical set. Close to 1 million of them were supposed to be supplied to JSS students. They waited and waited and waited, went to write their exam without the mathematical sets. Yet, Mr. President and the Minister of Education and everybody left, right, and center, oh, we are providing mathematical sets for students. My brother, my sister, the mathematical sets never came. And they had to wait for a vetting before the truth will come out. You see why we get so angry about some of these things? And now Onassis has been arrested. And he is going to stand and help with investigations. How many of these things happened and have not been revealed in a vetting? You can trust that a lot more have happened. A lot more damage. A lot more hemorrhage has been done to this beautiful country of ours. And because nobody sat at a vetting to talk about this, they will go free. And you sit back and tell me that Nana Addo has done better than Kwame Nkrumah. Nana Addo has done better educationally than Kwame Nkrumah. Yet, under your watch, about 70 million went down the drain. 70 million went down the drain, my brother, my sister. It went to Onassis. Onassis, my brother, my sister, at the end of the day, did not provide anything. That's why Haruna Idrisu says, Martin Opoku, learn to pray for your tongue. Your tongue is too slippery. That's what he told him at the vetting. That's what Haruna Idrisu told Matthew Opoku Prempe at the vetting. Learn to pray for your tongue. Or else, as you are climbing up the political ladder, you would embarrass yourself big time. He had free consultancy. My brother, my sister, those mathematical sets have not been provided. Now the NIB has come in to arrest Onassis, and now we are waiting patiently to see what will happen. Don't be surprised. This might be one of those that we hear about and will not hear about anymore. We have had so many of these in this country. We have seen them. They make noise about them and we don't see anything. My brother, my sister, I'm going to read just 2 paragraphs for you from this story. It says, NIB arrests mathematical self-supplier after Opoku Prempe's vetting. And it says, the National Investigative Bureau, NIB, has arrested the CEO of Bluegrass Group Limited, Kwejo Dakumensa, also known as Onassis. According to reports, the suspect is to assist in an ongoing investigation in regards to the procurement of some 853,000 pieces of mathematical sets. Mr. Dakumensa is said to be a local agent of an international company, Cornfield Group Limited, which was mandated to deliver a total of 853,000 pieces of mathematical sets at a cost of 75 cedis per unit. The contract, which was awarded by the Education Ministry in September 2019, failed to pull through when the products were neither delivered or scheduled or in full. My brother, my sister, and when you read further, it says that the company even had a tax waiver of almost 4 million American dollars. It means that they will not pay tax. Just bring it in and give to the people. Yet, one mathematical set was 75 Ghana cedis. Listen attentively. And then he said that at 75 Ghana cedis per mathematical set, the total contract came to 63,975,675, whatever. Almost 74 million. The figure is just running all over the place. Our children had to provide their own mathematical sets because of Nana Addo's doing better than Kwame Nkrumah. Because Nana Addo's educational system did better than Kwame Nkrumah, the children would have to write with no mathematical sets. Congress, to his PR, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe, Nkrumah's ghost will slap all of you one after the other because you're ungrateful. You and your fathers and uncles had free education, free food, free everything. Today you sit back and give the credit to people who don't deserve it. To God be the glory. We leave it here. Finally, I'm going to America. I'm hearing that Joe Biden is saying, okay, now all the countries in the world, especially Africa, that are benefiting from us in terms of aid that we give to them, they should be ready to deal with LGBTQI rights. In other words, lesbian, gay, transvestites, and so on and so forth. You should be ready to accept them. And I hear people clamoring and fighting and saying a lot of things. Some even wanting Trump back because Trump was anti-gay. My brother, let's not play the ostrich. Don't let us be fools. The gays are part of the American economy. The lesbians, they work very hard to build the American economy. The transvestites work very hard to contribute to the American economy. If you don't want them, why should you want their money? Are you stupid? If you don't want the gays and you don't want the lesbians in your country, don't take their money. How can you say you're Muslim, you don't eat pork, you hate pork, but somebody sells pork and gives you money from the pork and you take it and say, Alhamdulillah? You must be fool. Common sense. Is this not common sense? You don't like gays, you don't like lesbians. Why do you accept money from gays and lesbians? Why do you accept aid from gays and lesbians? Look at this. People are angry and running left, right, and center. Hey, look at this. So you want to continue getting aid? Did your president not tell you that Ghana is beyond aid? Did your president not tell you that Africa is beyond aid? Why are you crying over something that is the obvious? Think about it, brethren. I see so many people write so many things left, right, and center. People are cursing and people are calling upon God. If God can kill Biden and bring back Trump, then pray for God to make you independent so that you will not be going around begging for money from gays and lesbians. Look at the ostriches, the 30 million ostriches of a country. Everybody is playing an ostrich. Let the reality be told. Let the reality be faced. You don't want the gays, you don't want the lesbians, don't take the gays' money and don't take the lesbian money. You can't claim that you are a vegetarian and you go and drink stock from goat meat. You cannot claim that you are a vegetarian and then you go and be drinking stock from the cow. Oh, wait, they say and crack, nam no cow na, me. What kind of a vegetarian are you? What kind of a vegetarian are you? Leave the gays alone. Leave the lesbians alone. If you don't want them, don't take their money. It's simple. If you take their money, be ready to accept them. Simple. Common sense. Your leaders have messed up building cathedrals and building hospitals in the air. And then at the end of it all, they run to the IMF and the World Bank and run to other people and be begging for money. You don't see that as a sin. But you see gays as sin. You see lesbians as sin. What a country. Common sense. Common sense. Common sense. You vote all men into power. And this is what they give to you. As if it is their right to get aid from America. What right? What right? What right? Is it your right to get aid from America? Is it your right? Now they are telling you, well, if you must take it from us, then be ready to accept A, B, C, D. You say, oh, it's not our culture.